Hi, Scott Whitley here, hope you're doing well and welcome to this brand new video. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play Louis Johnson's famous and incredible bass break from the instrumental drop-down section in Stomp. Once you've got this down, it's a ton of fun to play and I'm sure you're going to enjoy playing it too. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video when I'll be sharing links to the backing track I use for this tune and a chance to win a copy of my brand new CD, In My Shoes. So without further ado, roll that intro.
Step down in it, put your foot where you feel the fit. Stomp, you don't wanna quit, put your heels where you feel it.
That short clip was, of course, the section we're going to be learning in today's video. This is the drop-down section from the single version of Stomp. I believe there is a longer, more extended version out there, but the shorter version is much more manageable, and of course, you can always go on and learn the extended version later if you so wish. Just before we go any further, my name's Scott Whitley and I regularly produce content like this to help you become a better bass player. So please hit like, click subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you get notified whenever I make a new video. The entire drop down section is over G minor. It's 8 bars long and in this lesson we're going to look at the first 4 bars. Then in the next lesson we'll look at the remaining 4 bars.
Bar 1.
The first note we're going to play is a low G, 3rd fret on the E string, and we're going to slap that, followed by a left hand slap, and then a muted slap. So we just kind of hold the fingers there and do a muted slap. Sounds like this. And when that's up to speed, it sounds like this. Then we repeat that, but this time we do 2 muted slaps. Sounds like this. And when you get that up to speed, it sounds like this. Next up, we've got a pull on the 3rd fret on the G string, then a left hand slap, and then a muted slap. And that sounds like this. And when that's up to speed, it sounds like this. And if we put everything together we've done so far, it sounds like this. And when that's up to speed, then we slap another low G, followed by a left hand slap, and we do that twice. Sounds like this. Which faster sounds like. And then to finish the first bar off, we slap the 3rd fret on the D string, which is an F, a flat 7, and then we hammer that on to the 5th fret, which is our octave G. And we keep that last G very short and clipped. That sounds like this. And at full speed, let's put it all together. And faster.
Bar 2.
Here's a bit of good news for you. The first part of bar 2 is exactly the same as the first part of bar 1. And that's up to the point where we do the pull on the G string, 3rd fret, the left hand slap, and the muted slap. Just to recap and make sure we're on the same page. The only thing you might want to do differently is instead of doing that last muted slap on the E string, it's probably better to kind of aim for the A string. And that's because the next thing we're going to do is slap C, 3rd fret on the A string, and And then we're going to hammer that on to the 5th fret on the A string. And then do exactly the same thing, but on the D string. So that's the F, 3rd fret on the D string, slap that, and then hammer it on to the 5th. So that little bit there sounds like this. Again, keep those very clipped and staccato. The whole line kind of benefits from that way of thinking. And that's all there is to bar 2. So let's put bar 2 together and see what it sounds like. And at full speed, it should sound something like this. The story so far, let's add bar 1 and bar 2 together. And the same at full speed. Very cool, we're halfway there. Don't forget you can download the tab, the link is on the screen now. Make sure if you do download the notation that you only use it as a reminder and as soon as possible learn the line off by heart.
Bar 3.
You're going to like this. Bar 3 is exactly the same as bar 1.
Next. Bar 4.
This bar's kind of interesting because I'm absolutely convinced that Louis Johnson double-tracked the bass, so he's kind of overdubbed an extra bass part. The main bass part, towards the end, plays this. But over the top of that, and while that's playing, you get this. Now, I have worked out a way where you can play both of those at the same time, and I will show you that in just a minute. But it is quite tricky, and like I say, I'm pretty sure that's not what Louis Johnson actually played even himself. So first of all, here's the simpler version of this bar and what I think Louis Johnson actually played on the first take. This bar starts exactly the same as the other 3 bars, but this time only as far as the pull on the G string. So just to be clear, this. And then we play a line that kind of ascends through the G minor scale. So we slap the 5th fret on the E string, the A. And then we slap the 6th fret, B flat. Then we slap the 3rd fret on the A string, which is a C. And then finally we slap the 5th fret on the A string, which is a D. And we keep those all nice and short and clipped. Sounds like this. Which at full speed sounds like this. So here's bar 4 in its entirety. And at full speed. Right, if you're feeling brave, let me show you how I've combined the 2 overdub parts together. Essentially, what we need to do here is combine this with this, which sounds like this. And this is how we do it. Instead of playing our A at the 5th fret on the E string, there, we utilize the open A, right? And that gives us a chance to get our hand kind of here. And then what you do is you kind of mute the A string, so you get this. All right? And then we're going to do this. So you're going to get your first finger on the 5th fret on the G string, pull it, and then hammer that on to the 7th fret, like this. And at the same time you do this pull, what we're going to do is fret with the thumb. Okay, this is why I like 4-string basses. The 6th fret, like that, with your thumb. So check it out. Once again, first finger on the 5th fret on the G string, thumb on the 6th fret on the E string. And you're going to use your right hand, kind of like a claw, and play those at the same time. Okay? And then you keep that down and then do your hammer on to the 7th fret on the G string like this. Okay? So from the open A, that sounds like this. It's good, that, isn't it? Then we're going to slap the 3rd fret on the A string, which is a C, and we keep that short like this. And then finally, we're going to pull one of those crazy claw things off again. This time, the 1st finger frets the 3rd fret on the G string. You pull that, and then you hammer on to the 5th fret. But while we're doing that, we're going to fret the 5th fret on the A string with your ring finger there. So you've got that there, and your 1st finger is on the 3rd fret, okay? And you pull that, you do that claw thing, so you pull those, and then you hammer on to that. I think I'm using my pinky to do that, right? Let me attempt to play that for you. And at full speed, and that's the end of the more complicated bar 4, which, if I put that all together, sounds like this. And at full speed, right, let's string the whole thing together. Sounds like this. And at full speed, that's the whole line in its entirety. And don't forget, you can use the simpler version of bar 4 if you're struggling to do those crazy claw things. And like I say, I'm pretty sure that's what Louis Johnson actually played on the main take. Be sure, as always, to practice this stuff really, really slowly, always with the drum machine if at all possible. I personally use the drums built into the Zoom B14. I swear by this unit for practice. It's amazing. There is a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. It's an affiliated link, so it helps the channel, but doesn't cost you a penny more. And if you'd like to grab a copy of the backing track I was using right at the beginning of this video, the link is on the screen now. Again, it's in the description below the video. And finally, if you'd like to win a free copy of my brand new EP, In My Shoes, then let me know in the comments below what other slap bass lines you'd like me to cover in these videos. And be sure to add the words "In My Shoes." And the winners will be announced in my next video on Sunday the 29th, which gets released at 4 o'clock UK time. So make sure you get your comments in as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.